Hello, welcome to My Story with CareCredit, where real CareCredit cardholders share their stories of life-changing healthcare. CareCredit's a leading national healthcare credit card that can enable you to get many of the procedures and treatments you want or need now and pay over time with promotional financing on purchases of $200 or more. CareCredit is accepted at hundreds of thousands of locations nationwide to pay for care for you, your family, and your pets. I'm your host, Amy Freenham. Today we meet CeCe, who says CareCredit helped her provide her dog Skylar with comfort and care when she needed it most.
Hi, my name is CeCe, and this is Skylar, and this is our story. I have Skylar for about 18 months. I start noticing that she's not really interested in her food anymore, and that's when I realized that, I need to take her to the vet. It was unfortunate that she did not make it, but I never really had the regrets of not able to provide for her. From my past experience, I have CareCredit. I am allowed to give her the best care that I could because of that. A lot of pet owners, when their pets pass away, they always ask themselves, have I done enough? For me, it was a very sad ending. There was no regrets for me. I never doubted that I was able to provide the care for her. Having CareCredit back me up, I was able to give her the best. So thank you.
CeCe, thank you so much for joining us. How are you today?
I am doing well, thank you.
All right. Well, I'm excited to hear a little bit about your CareCredit story. So tell me, where does it begin?
Well, it started about 3 years ago. My pet at the time was sick, and then it was the vet that kind of introduced CareCredit credit cards to me. But what really made me appreciate the service was actually last year when a different pet was sick.
Oh no. Okay, so who is the pet? What's the pet's name? Cat, dog?
Her name is Skylar.
Oh, you brought
That's
pictures. Hi,
her.
Skylar.
Yeah, she's a Siberian Husky.
Adorable.
So she was sick. And then, I guess from my past experience is that, when you get a pet that is sick and then sadly, didn't make it, a lot of pets owners will always ask themselves is there anything else that I could have done, right?
Absolutely.
But then all those vets, all those doctors, all the testings, it adds up. It's,
right.
All those things are very expensive to begin with.
Of course.
And then throw in the fields of emergency visit, you could be broke.
Yeah, easily, no matter who you are.
I know, right? So having CareCredits last year, that really helps me, even more than the first time.
Gotcha.
Because I was able to use they have those promotional offer. So I was able to kind of pace myself as far as the payment terms go. So I'm usually pretty good with my finance, but I wasn't really expect for something that was so unexpected. Right. And then it still adds up. Yeah. Right. So that was, even though it was a sad experience, but at the end, I really have no regrets. I know that I was the best. Yeah, I know I did the best. Having CareCredits, back me up financially, I know that I'll be able to give her the best, or at least find out what's wrong. If not, yeah.
So, so you said you used the card for 2 pets. So for the first pet, were you in the veterinary office when you heard about the CareCredit credit card?
Yes, I was. I was presented a pretty big bill.
Okay. As always, it's never a small bill.
Yes.
Never.
Sadly. But they also mentioned that, the CareCredit credit cards, and they have great promotions. So I was able to apply right on the spot and get approved and take advantage of the offer.
Have you used the card for anything else for yourself? Because you can use it for medical as well.
I know, but
you haven't needed to.
I don't need it. Yeah,
that is a blessing.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Have you referred any friends or family members to the card?
I do mention it every time that
Nice.
when I have friends, I talk about like medical expenses and, especially pets, because I do have a lot of friends who have pets.
Yeah.
I did mention it to them.
Nice.
Yeah.
So if you could write a review on your entire experience with the CareCredit credit card from the very beginning with the first pet to now, what would you say?
You never really give enough credit to the resource that we have.
Right.
And it's just kind of like, well, we get through it. We don't want to think about it because it doesn't remind you of happy times.
Right.
But now that I look back, I was really grateful having that, and it really helps me financially. And because during those times, like you go through a lot of negative emotions. Like you're on a roller coaster, like every day. When the pet is doing well and she's smiling at you, you're so happy. You're thinking, oh, she's gonna make it, and it's, everything's good. But then the next minute she could be like, going south. And so it was a lot to go through emotionally, and not needing to think about finance.
Gave you peace of mind.
Yes, that's gave me a lot of, it not only just peace of mind, it made me feel like there's no regrets at the end of it.
Awesome.
Yeah, I know for sure that I was able to give her the best needs. Right. She wasn't in pain at the end, and I did all I could. And then, so it was a very, even though it was a sad experience, but I was really grateful having CareCredit. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story. You're a good mama. We appreciate it.
I try.
We all do. Thank you.
Oh.
Thanks for joining us on My Story with CareCredit. If you're interested in applying for the CareCredit credit card or want to find a provider in your area who accepts CareCredit, visit us at carecredit.com.